Hey bud, Niche Nectarine here. I was browsing the Skyrim Nexus and I saw couches. I was like, I have one of those. I like those. Let's do this. Much to my surprise, it was a co-op mod. I wasn't prepared for this, but I'm all in. They have a whole comprehensive guide on how to install the mod, along with what mods you need in order to make the mod work. So that's pretty good, and I know what you're asking yourself. Do they have information on if I'm using a number pad versus a gamepad? It's kind of weird to ask yourself or me that since this is a video, but yes they do. With that out of the way, let's get to installing. So you're going to extract the mod wherever you want, desktop, download folder. I'm doing download because I'm basic. Take these two kind of hanging files, then you're going to plop them into your Skyrim directory. That's where you actually find the icon to start the game. Mine may be in a different location than yours because mine is on a separate drive, but wherever your game actually is, it's just where you keep the icon to start it. Then go back to the original mod, then go to the data folder and find the ESP, cut that, and then you're going to place that in your Skyrim data folder. Just right there, and just plop that in. Then we're going to go back one more time. This time we're going to go to scripts. Open up, it's in the, mod again. Then go to scripts, and wow, okay. Struggling under pressure here. Normally doesn't happen to me, I swear. And then drop these in scripts. Right there. Now you're ready to make soup. Rock and roll. Sorry, I always get those confused. No idea why. Not really similar. Ignore the different look of my Skyrim. I'm doing a complete mod overhaul. If you want to see that though, subscribe. The subscribe button looks like this. I couldn't actually find a stock subscribe button, so here's Charmander with a dank meme. Nice. Once you're inside the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun, you're going to run to the very back and get this book right here. It's free, or you can sell it a lot, but they don't charge you for it, so just pick it up, learn it, and then equip the spell. You need to equip things to use them, which sounds way worse if you're talking about people, so don't talk about people, we're talking about books. After that, you're going to run over to the Temple of Archay, or at least I think it's the Temple of Archay, and you'll find player 2. You need to hit the tilde key, which looks like this, and then select him, and then use your spell on him. And then he should be ready to go, and once again you can control him with the number pad or the gamepad. I'm using the number pad so I can have my hand on my mouse and the number pad and the keyboard. My controls are going to be really weird because my friend's on holiday, so I don't have him to help me with this anyways. As you can see, you can move in tandem or separate than him, so you can go that way and you can go this way, but if you get separated since you share a screen, you can hit 5 on the number pad and he'll plop right next to you. Now about combat, well, Decimal brings up the stat menu for him, and I'm using Decimal to record, so ignore that. Combat is pretty easy. I mean, the controls are pretty fluid, just once again I'm doing two people's kind of controls, and I'm not doing it justice, so ignore whatever this oblong thing. My mod scheme is not conducive to making this work, just MLG execution right there, airhorn.wave, ooh, nice. Anyways, this should be simpler to show you what the controls are. 2 brings up the block, and then 9 is actually a power attack. Now I didn't test this with spells or archery because I thought this would be an absolute nightmare to do accuracy or hitting things third person with spells or archery, so I just stuck with sword and board because he came with sword and board. And the controls are pretty fluid, especially when I just focus on controlling him and not the 2 people. But you can crouch with 1, and as you can see, it's not dependent on if player 1 is crouching. He can do it on his own, or you can crouch without him crouching. So that's pretty simple, and then 0 brings up their inventory, and the inventory works similar to a follower. If I plop something in their inventory that's better or enchanted, they will equip it immediately, which kind of takes away the headache of trying to configure 2 different menus. And yes, he can glow, I know that's what you were waiting for. 6 out of 4, which is 100%, 150%. Which you should always give 150%. Go download this mod. See you later, bud.